has it quiet. Oh, has it quiet. Oh, has it quiet.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Diesel Punks. I am your host and your master of ceremonies and your curator of the Apocalypse, Savvy, and we're here to play Apocalypse World today. But before we do, a couple of announcements, couple of reminders for you all out there. I would be remiss if I didn't start off every show without mentioning our wonderful sponsors that we have, because we love them. You should too. Quickly, those sponsors are Mage Hand Press. We talked a lot about their Kickstarter for their Dark Matter starter kit. You could have seen live. Now you can see on the Encounter Roleplay YouTube channel an adventure from that kit, Conspiracy in the Stars, of which they had the finale this past week. Is that right? Very exciting. Check that out. It's on YouTube. You're going to want to watch it. Very exciting. We also have Helmgast. They have their modern horror tabletop game, Cult Divinity Lost. You can see that here on the channel Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Also very cool. Modifius, they create and distribute a wide range of RPGs. You've got Star Trek Adventures, which you can see here on Thursday evenings at 6 Eastern Time. Tales from the Loop, really exciting, fun game. Dishonored, also a thing that I like very much. So yeah, check them out. And then finally, World Anvil, where you can find additional information on a number of shows that are here on the channel this season. It's great for writers, it's great for world builders, it's great for GMs, it's great for players, it's great for you if you want more stuff. A donation already? Oh, Charlie, thank you. That's an auto fail for one of you. I'm probably... Where do we stand right now? Where's crits? I'm gonna give it to Liv. Sorry, Liv. I moved my notes out of the way and you were the first person I saw. But yeah, thank you so much for the donation. Speaking of donations, you can donate to the channel and lots of exciting things could happen. Auto successes, auto fails, pets. I cannot stress this enough. Pets are great. All kinds of stuff. So thank you for that and for continuing to do that. If you could pop over to Twitter and retweet the live tweet that we have going currently. Once we hit 20, we'll give somebody an auto success. Once we hit 30 retweets, we give somebody another failure. And then back to 40 for another success, and on until the cycle ends. Let's see. Oh, EncounterCon is this weekend. I'd be remiss if I didn't remind you 7,000 times today. Don't forget, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow with a special community announcement, and then streaming games both Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to let Lydia talk a little bit more about that in a second because, you know. Other than that, let's see. Oh, clip of the week is the other thing I wanted to mention. If there is something that happens today that you find really exciting or funny, or you just want to share clips with us, clip it and post it in the Discord. Because every week we're picking a clip of the week, and this week it might be yours. Let's see. I'm gonna stop talking for a moment and let my wonderful players here tell you who they are and where you can find them and who they are playing today, as well as anything exciting they've got going on this week. I'll start over at Rob.
Hello, everybody. I'm Rob, or Bonus Stage Rob, or Bonus_Stage_Rob, and I am playing Liv, the Hardholder.
Excellent.
And I am Lydia. I mean, I'm doing the line thing. No, cool. Sorry. I'm Lydia. I know cues. I'm playing Mercury. I am the brainer. And I'm going to be very, very, very sad that our prophet is not with us today. Our Sedona Marlowe Bog Witch is just coming back after being evacuated, and we're going to miss her a lot today, of course. But I will try and live up to the shining example that Sedona has given us.
And I'm Graybeard's Tavern, and today I will be playing Moriai, the Faceless. Yeah, and he'll live up to cutting Jeeps in half, hopefully. That's his shtick, I guess, now.
Was very
Is it for
exciting.
me?
Awesome. Well, that's these folks. Let's see. Let's do our beginning of session things. Rob Liv has the hard holder move, which you could go ahead and roll for us there. And as well as everybody spend the either 1 or 2 barter that you want to spend to keep your lifestyle going. 1 to keep regular, keep it the same as it always is. 2 if you want to go for something a little bit more fancy. Maybe we had that last time. And then we will highlight stats. Pull up character sheets here. Let's start with Liv. Who has the highest history on your sheet?
Highest history is still Mercury.
Yay. So
Yay.
I'm going to say we have a lot of things to do and people to kill, so hard is going to be your move that I highlight.
Thank you kindly.
I'm going to say sharp for you.
Oh my god. I ended up with the same 2 from last week. Nailed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey.
Also, real quick, I succeeded partially, so I'll
Yes.
take the want of disease, because maybe without a doctor, things ain't going so hot.
Oof.
Collective
An
health
excellent
is
choice.
collapsing. Yep.
Not good. All right, I will make note of that. All right, Mercury.
I have a tie between Sedona and Moriai, so I guess Moriai, because Sedona's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's mark that weird.
Yay.
I'm going to say cool for you today.
Thanks.
All right, and Moriai.
It is Sedona.
Okay. What do you have with the other 2?
They are tied at 1.
Well, let's have we'll have Mercury and Liv do it then.
All right.
I'm gonna also say hard because we're gonna fight. Fight.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna say cool, because while you're fighting, you might have to do things under fire. And you're just so cool.
God. I try.
Look at you guys knowing the rules of this game. Somebody should. It's not me. All right. Excellent. So yeah, let us begin. So last time on Diesel Punks, there was some trouble at the assembly line, an invasion, an incursion, an attack, and your healer, your angel, your person who was keeping all of the disease that is now popping up in the assembly line at bay, has gone missing. You went down, tried to look for any sign of what could have happened to him. Mercury unable to find anything. And you took a couple of hostages in the meantime from these strangers in metallic painted gas masks who had invaded your hold, busted down your gate, and killed some of your people. A set of twins named Jessica and John, who you interrogated a bit, spoke to about Pinnacle and prosperity and the profit that they have there, and then killed them rather unceremoniously. So we're going to pick back up pretty much right after that. A little bit later, you all had gone to sleep, try to get a little bit of sleep. This early in the morning, I think it was about 4 a.m. when you finally got everything together. So the next morning, early, you awake. Tesla had sent out some scouts to sort of drive by Pinnacle to see what they could find and what was there. And everything else is being dealt with. The gate is being repaired. The dead are being disposed of. So Tesla comes back to you live with a little bit of information. The scouts didn't want to get too close. They don't want to be seen. But she tells you essentially what you are dealing with this hold is that it is built out of an old hotel. The grounds of it are fairly small. It's about a 20-story high building with a sort of very thin ring of farmland around it, and then it is enclosed with a fence and one single gate in the front of it. So yeah, and if you have any questions for her, feel free. And the others of you too, if you want to be there.
You said we were dealing with like single gate, 20-story building, farmland. Could you wager a guess at how much food that's feeding? Or how many people that food's feeding?
It ain't much. It's a real thin ring, and to be honest, it doesn't look like it's grown very well. So, I don't know. They can probably feed 20, 30.
It's something she's worried about. She told me.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't. But, you know.
I remember you saying that. I could just blow up the whole damn place and be done with it, but there might be people, innocent people living there. Not a monster, but I don't know. Maybe we torch the fields, hit them where it's already hurting.
It's a very evil thing to do. I'm okay with it.
Well, the idea
I'll tell you what. Go ahead.
I said the idea isn't to like torture these people, but she comes in here taking a resource of ours. We're gonna take a resource of theirs, and if they don't like it, we can have that. We have that resource, and they could strike an agreement for that resource, but we want our resource, i.e., the doctor, back.
But what if we torch their fields? Doesn't that mean that we kind of destroy their resource, and then they might destroy ours? Because we can't exactly give them the fields back.
We can give them
My
food
brain hurts. That was
if they enter an agreement. No, you're right, but I don't think they're gonna kill Dwight. I mean, they need him as much as we do.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think,
I'll tell you
big
what,
guy?
boss. Either way, it's gonna be hard for y'all to get in there unseen. The place is lit up.
unseen doesn't really register for me as a necessity. I mean, I want them to know it's me kicking their ass. Well,
We can
mostly Moriai, but
go in
you know.
guns blazing and torching things, or we can ask for a negotiation, a parley.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, Doc Dwight could just probably, like, what was the old saying for all the wastes? Teach a man to... Something about fish. I just... No, they didn't blow up the fish. It was something... And give somebody a fish.
Then they have fish for a day, and then if you set them on fire, they are warm.
Well, in any case, we understand that maybe spit in the face of their offer a little bit because I didn't like the tone of their voice. My bad. We're willing to help them with their piss poor crop situation so that they can eat and not die. In return, maybe give us back our dude, or at the very least, have our dude teach one of our other dudes to be an angel, right? I mean, he had to learn it somehow.
What if she's in his head?
I can try and look for her in there.
That's a good point. I mean, again, fight weird brain shit with weird brain shit.
And rocket launchers.
Rocket launchers as a secondary solution. I mean, if he's absolutely gone and drinking the Kool-Aid over there, I don't know how much use he's going to be to us, but that knowledge is useful knowledge.
So, torching? Or talking?
Start with talking. Understand, where they're coming from and something diplomacy. And then if it doesn't work, fuck it, we torch them.
Okay. So, plan in place. How are we going about this?
Maybe not in the hotel, maybe in front of, because in there we'd be vulnerable.
Yeah, I think we should roll up and maybe ask for an in-person chat in neutral territory, perhaps.
And to bring the doctor.
Yeah. Yes, because you need the doctor to clear him of her. Yes. Bring the doctor. All right. We got to have our
Bolt
best
the
muscle
mortar.
on this, so.
Bolt the mortar to the back of the truck.
I mean, how confident are you that you can fire that thing and hit a field if need be? And not the building.
He shrugs. He's never gotten to
enough for
fire the
sticking to
mortar
it.
yet.
Yeah, so if we can bolt the mortar to one of the trucks, have that on standby, maybe a little bit off site, not where they can immediately see it. and come in with protection and ask for a parlay. And we'll figure it out from there. We'll improvise. It's messy, but what are you going to do?
Make it more messy.
Okay. So you take some time with a little bit of help, bolt one of the mortars to the back of one of your large trucks. Are you going? You're not going just the three of you. You want to take some of your people with you?
Yeah, I would probably take the equivalent of a small gang, like the best shots that we have, and like I would have Tesla like next to me.
Okay. Yeah, so you gather up your folks, Tesla getting her gear together. You all hop into the trucks and take off to the west toward Pinnacle. It's several miles west of you, and as you approach, you can start to see the building Tesla was talking about. As you're coming in, there is this large sign with these kind of bright golden yellow letters that say, "Welcome to the Pinnacle." There's a very tall, about 20-story building in the center of this ring is essentially what you're looking at. There's a large sort of round path, just one large gate at the front. And in the daylight, it's a little bit more difficult to tell, but there are lights everywhere. This place is lit up. There's lights hanging everywhere. And on one side, from behind the fence, you can see this like black smoke coming up from generators that are over there. So yeah, you pull up near the Pinnacle. What would you like to do?
Not as sorry of a place as I thought it was going to be. I got style, I'll give them that. But,
Very pretty.
well, they can't grow for shit, and they've clearly let this glitz and glamour get to their heads, so.
I have lots of shiny things in there.
Yeah.
Shall I
All
knock?
right. Oh, maybe I'll knock, but be on standby to ring the doorbell if you catch my drift.
Gotcha, boss.
I think me and Tesla probably go and try and get the guards' attention.
Okay. Yeah, you walk up toward the gate, the two of you looking around. You don't see anybody. But what you do see on the fence, sort of right next to the gate, is like an old speaker box, like an intercom, with a red button on it.
Huh. That's cute. She'll press it.
Okay. You press it, and you hear kind of a crackling sound and a couple of beeps, and then after a moment, a voice comes through the box and just very gruffly sort of says to you, "What?"
I'm looking to speak to Prosperity.
She know you're coming?
I have a feeling, yeah.
One second, and it sort of crackles again and stops. And you wait for a moment, and then you hear a creaking sound as one half of this large gate starts to open. You don't see anybody.
She'll hit the button again.
Okay, you hit the button again, and the speaker crackles. And then after a moment, you hear, "Damn it, what?"
All right, sorry. What are you on lunch or something? Jesus Christ. She coming out?
Why would she do that?
The same reason I don't want to go to where you guys are going to have a firing squad waiting for me. I want to talk on neutral ground.
I'm gonna have you roll to manipulate someone. So plus hot.
9.
Okay. Let's see. They'll go along, but they need some concrete assurance. So I think you say that you want to meet on neutral ground, and the voice just comes back and says, "And how can we trust you with the same thing? I see your guns and your trucks out there."
Because we're not running in with those guns and trucks blazing the way that y'all fucked up my gate. I received the message. It was very clear. I may have been an asshole. So I'm seeking to maybe start over and show... I would like Prosperity to show me the same courtesy I showed her when I let her into my home, which she then proceeded to shit all over, but that's neither here nor there. I could have killed her. I didn't kill her.
You say you could have killed her, and you hear this like short laugh, and then he stops for a second, and then finally says, "I'll ask her. No promises."
Thank you.
And the speaker crackles off again, and the gate sort of partially open in front of you. You wait. How long would Liv reasonably wait before she got mad?
Liv would turn to Tesla after she says thank you and just kind of... and then stand there for about a minute. Probably shift positions, like put her hands on her hips for another minute. Start like skipping stones for like 2 minutes. She gets to about 5 minutes and then she's like, all right, what the fuck?
Tesla just kind of standing there stoically beside you, knowing, having worked for you for a while, how impatient you are. About 20 minutes later, you hear a sound as from inside the gate there is this sort of metallic like grinding as the front doors of the hotel open. They kind of slide apart, and out walks, accompanied by a couple of guns of her own, a familiar face, Prosperity, as usual, dressed very nicely, this time in sort of this like yellow dress, sort of belted at the waist, with a parasol that she is sort of holding to block the sun. She comes striding out of the hotel casually, and then stops about 20 feet away from the gate. "Oh, hi, Liv. Welcome to my home."
Hi. Yes, it's very lovely. I love the pizzazz.
Thanks. We worked real hard on it. So what can I do for you today?
I would like to apologize for how brazen I may have been the first time you came to the assembly line. Message received. How is the doctor?
Oh, Dr. Dwight? He's fine.
Yeah.
Settling in, getting used to his new surroundings. He he gave me a little attitude at first. But he's fine now. Much more comfortable, I think, than in that little hellhole you call home.
Was hell of a lot less of a hellhole when there wasn't a wall blown through my fucking gate, but that's neither here nor there.
I warned you. And while I appreciate the apology, it's unnecessary. We're even.
Wouldn't really call that even. You see, you came in asking for, well, not asking. You came in telling me to give you something that was rightfully found by my people. And I said no. Could have been a little less sweary about it, but it's just my personality. And then you injured my citizens and took the only chance that they have at fixing those injuries. And now I come with my tail tucked between my legs to have a conversation about maybe forming a partnership and starting over. I don't really see this as even, but I see it as a step toward being even.
I don't know. You spit in my face, so I spit in yours. Seems fair to me. But agree to disagree. So, partnership. What do you want? It's hot.
Yeah, I know. Very uncomfortable and clearly not great for your crops, it looks like. Listen. It looks like you all need to eat, and clearly in need of medicine. So, what say we establish, have the doctor train somebody here to be your angel, and in return for his cost of living here, we trade you our food. We're actually pretty set right now as far as that goes. So, help each other out. Ensure that I had an analogy about fish and I can't think of it right now. You ever you give somebody a fish and they aren't hungry?
No, why would I do that?
Shit, I don't know. Never mind. Point being, it's easy to give you food, but if I have my farmers come here, sort out, what's going on with your crops and maybe help you along the way to being able to provide and help you out medicine-wise, we're both in this symbiotic relationship where we have those wants covered.
Well, I don't know, Liv. That sounds a lot like me doing more work to get something I already have.
And what exactly do you have as far as the crops go? They look like they're on their last legs. I'm saying that you already have the medicine, I already have the food.
You're making a lot of assumptions about what you think I need. What I need is for you to get off my property.
I want to read her with my brain scan thingy with the casual brain receptivity.
Sure.
Which is a weird move for me. bow. Nope.
Okay, let me pull up
That
read a
misses.
person here. What do we got?
11 misses.
On a
11?
miss, ask one anyway, but be prepared for the worst.
Did you miss? I'm seeing 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see 11.
Oh.
Mhm.
All right. That was maybe the. Oh, that was from last time. I hadn't scrolled down.
Oh,
I
yeah.
apologize.
I was,
I was
like,
like, what?
you are sad.
Wow.
The saddest success
I've changed the
ever heard.
rules.
I was like, oh, I can't always roll well.
So yeah, that would
that
be
was
3. Yeah.
What's the character really feeling? And what does the character wish I do? Or we do? For now, I'll hold
Okay.
the other one.
Yeah, she you sort of reach out a little bit with your mind. She is, her face is hard to read, but you can feel this kind of like frustration coming from her that is like slowly growing. The more Liv talks, the more sort of frustrated and irritated she gets. You don't get the impression that she likes Liv at all. It's mostly that. I think you get a little bit of a twinge. It's less of a feeling and more of an intention, but she's trying very hard to calculate whether or not she can actually get anything out of this situation that would be worth the effort for her. She doesn't want to put in the effort. And what does your character wish I'd do? Was the other one?
Yeah, what does she want us to do?
She wants Liv to leave. When she says, you know, we're even in the things that she says, like she believes them. She wants Liv to leave and leave her alone. And yeah, when she says get off her property, she means it.
Yeah. I will use the third one. How could we get her to give us the doctor? Is there a particular image, a particular thought that flashes through her head that I can pick up on?
I think you, as she's standing there and her and Liv are going back and forth about their food situation, I think you get these brief flashes of images in her head that are, there's a lot of green and brown, and what you're seeing is almost like a garden, kind of like garden boxes, but then overhead sort of these brief like flashes of like fluorescent light, like they're not outside. And she's sort of going back and forth with Liv, telling Liv, you know, you don't know what I know. She starts to think a little bit about Dr. Dwight, and you can see another flash again of these like fluorescent lights and this almost completely empty room, like a room that is partially under construction, with Dr. Dwight in it, kind of moving some of his equipment around, things like that. So you get the impression that they're working on something and he's part of it.
I very, very quietly sort of nod, shake my head towards Liv. Because I don't think that this is leading anywhere right now. Also, I want Moriai to torch things. It's been so sad all day.
Yeah, I think when Prosperity says the thing about like get off my property, Liv like turns away, like angrily, like catching a glance from Mercury, seeing the nod, and turning back to Prosperity. Fine. You've clearly got it handled. Take what you want. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Have a lovely day. And she'll just walk away back to the group.
Bye now. She turns to go back inside.
Real quick, how many people were with her?
2.
Murder them all.
How was there any when I was on the intercom and they said, "Oh, we see your trucks and all that and everything." If I took a glance up, are there like, I don't know, muzzles of guns pointed at me from the windows? Is there any indication that I saw that there were people?
Looking around at first glance, you don't see anyone. I'm gonna have you roll to read a sitch. So plus sharp.
It's a 10, and I level up.
Whoa!
It's a
Yay!
good day.
So you can. There is a list of questions. If you want to use those, you can also flavor this as asking something else. But you also, whenever you act on these answers, you have a +1 ongoing.
Okay, great. Real quick, is leveling up handled at end of session?
If you know
I
what you
forget
want to
how
take,
it
you
works
can go
in this
ahead.
game. Okay, yeah,
Whenever.
I couldn't remember how it worked. Okay, right. Act on one of the MC's answers, so like using the information
Mhm.
and then informing
So
my
here-
next action. Okay, great.
Yeah, you'll have a +1.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Okay. You glance around as she's walking away. At first you don't see anyone else, but you look up, and in one of the rooms, you think just for a moment you see somebody sort of move past the window, and as you look up and sort of take in the whole facade of the building, you can see at several points on a few of the floors, the windows have been removed, so that not busted or open, but the windows have pretty much been, like, the panes taken completely out. And you think on one of those higher floors you can see maybe a couple of people moving around inside.
Assuming my enemy is anybody with weapons trained on my friends or me, what are their true positions?
Okay. You start to look around, kind of scan the building some more, and you do briefly see from one of those windows that has been removed, the muzzle of a rifle sort of prop itself on the sill. So you get the impression that they've removed the windows so they can shoot out them if need be.
Yeah, that's what I figured. What's the best escape route, like, that would get us out of line of fire, essentially? Like, are there dunes of any sort? Like, where would they lose, like, eye line, I guess?
So there is only the one gate in and out. So if you
Yeah.
were to be able to make it out of the gate, they would be able to see you if you were far off. But if you're sort of near the wall, the angle that they have on you would be pretty bad. Also, if you were right up next to the building.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But like where Moriai is set up and everything, that's well within their viewpoint, you think?
They can probably see the trucks.
Okay.
Whether they can tell sort of from that far off what you have on the trucks is different. But they know you drove here.
Yeah, no, they gave away as much. Okay. Yeah, so Liv and Tesla will march back over to the caravan.
Okay.
And she'll go up to Mercury. And so no dice, huh?
Not with that approach. I think she really fucking hates you.
Yeah, I didn't do myself any favors when I told her to fuck off. You know, I could see how that
Several
would...
times with much more colorful language. I was there.
Yeah.
But you did not mention your lady dick once, and I'm very proud of you.
It was very difficult. I notice I lean on that a lot.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. But she was thinking about something strange. I think she's trying to make food grow inside the hotel somewhere. There were lots of lights, boxes, and the doctor, and the room was empty. So I'm not sure what that means. But
I guess that makes sense if they're having no luck outside. A greenhouse.
is Dr. Dwight more than just our angel? Like, does he know things about growing things other than stitching things?
Not that I know. I mean, the guy just maybe medicinal plants, but as far as I know, the guy's just a good angel. I don't know.
Can we still torch their fields? I don't think she'll harm the doctor. I think she needs him. Although she might send us an ear or something. She seems to be very eye for an eye kind of person.
I'm more concerned with us getting shot at right now. They definitely have at least one or two rifles trained on us right now. But I really want to torch the field.
And I sort of stroke Moriai, who's been kind of grumbling and what you just did, I'm assuming the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. And Moriai will say something along the lines of something like, if they're growing inside, we need to kill the power. Come back at night, destroy the generators. No juice, no plants.
Yeah, that's a good point. We could try to strike at night and I don't know. Send Jeremy in, the spider, not the guy. Have him nibble on a few wires or something. I don't know.
He can do acid. He that should be good for electronics. Well, it should be bad for electronics, which is good for us.
Which is good, yeah. Yeah, maybe we hit him where it hurts then. This ain't over, not by a long shot. That bitch is too cocky.
It's only place for one cocky bitch in the area, and that's gonna be you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, cocky is kind of Lady Dicky, right?
I swear to God, if you start a swear jar for me talking about lady dicks, I'm gonna be very
What's
upset
a swear
with you.
jar?
Don't. I'll tell you never.
Okay. She's already
Okay.
forgotten about it, and Amble's on.
So, what's the plan? We're gonna leave and come back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we hide around the corner, wait until it's like nighttime, and then try and sneak in? I think this feels like a sneak thing. Until, of course, we get caught, which we will very soon, and then it's a fight thing.
I would like to, if at all possible, yeah, like try to sneak back over at night.
Okay. So do you want to sort of hang out in the area? You can find somewhere to park the trucks
Yeah.
if you
If
wish
there's
that's
if
a little
there's
more
a place,
hidden.
if there's a place to lay low, and have like one of the gang members on standby there with a vehicle, or a couple of them, I would say. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, sure. So you hop in the trucks, the gate closing behind you, and drive off. You go a little north, where there is sort of a not nearly as troublesome as the one you almost drove into before, but sort of a shallow crater that is the trucks would be able to sort of handle driving down into. So from a distance, because of these like dunes and everything that are nearby, you can't see once you're sort of down in the center of it. And you wait. All right, you wait until it's. What do you do? What are you guys doing? Play game.
Should we talk about our feelings?
Is
I think
did
I'm getting
Mercury
a lot of
ask that?
stress. Yeah, fuck yeah.
You're met
I'm
with
getting
an
a lot of
awkward
stress
silence.
from you.
My
Hell yeah, I'm
Like,
fucking
there's a lot-
stressed.
Why do you think she wants the radio station?
That's probably for her weird culty friend. I mean, think about how much our weird culty friend wanted that.
Yeah.
Get in more
Hope
people's
Stone's
heads.
feeling better soon. We can try and kidnap our people. Make them our people.
It's, I don't know. I never. It doesn't sit right with me when you force somebody to do something against their will, unless, you know, they're an enemy. Like if I came up to everybody I wanted to have at the assembly line and I said, "You're working for me or you're fucking dead," they're all just gonna plot to kill me. I mean, I would plot to kill me. That's why I want to kill this bitch so badly, because she walked into my house and said, "I'm taking your shit." If she said, "Can I have some of your shit?" Sure, I got a lot of shit. I'll give you some shit. But she didn't say that, and so I'm mad.
Mercury has stopped listening halfway through. She is distracted by a piece of plastic that is dancing really funny in the wind. Huh? What?
Never mind.
Oh. Sorry. Can we, because we said Jeremy, I mean, we could, of course, drive all the way back, get Jeremy, get back. Can we just say he was in the car in the backseat, sort of his first
Yeah,
big
that's
I
outing?
always assume that you guys take him with you anywhere you go. So I figured
I
he
didn't
was
last
already-
time. So yeah, but,
Oh no. Oh, okay.
but
That's fine. Let's say we took him for his first car ride.
I like
He
the
loved
idea of like Mercury walking around with the spider like on her back.
Oh my
You
god,
know-
like a
you know what
backpack.
I mean, like a backpack or whatever, like that, like a little kid backpack.
Colin, save your goddamn money. Thank you for the subs. We do appreciate it. I know you're only doing it, so we get the Maelstrom Surge because you want to sow some chaos, but I appreciate the chaos as well. So thank you for that.
Very, very much appreciated. So you, I guess, sit around and talk about your feelings for a while. Maybe take a nap.
I
We
was
play a
sad.
game.
I'm gonna walk Jeremy as well. With a leash she's made out of random bits and pieces. Because it's dangerous area, so he needs to stay here. He can't just run off to go hunt rats. So
All right, you take Jeremy for a walk. Liv and Moriai, I assume, sit in awkward silence in the car for a while.
Moriai mumbles about, how to launch the poison into the place. He's trying to think of ways to, basically, he doesn't know the term, but he's trying to think of a way to turn these shells into dirty bombs. so like dip them in the goo before we fire them out of the tube or whatever. And he's grumbling and mumbling about that.
Okay. As Moriai plots and plans, night falls over the crater. You all get ready to execute your plan. How do you want to go about this? I assume you don't want to be too far away from Jeremy at any point.
well, I can try and sneak in. I'm not sure how quiet I can be. I can sneak in with Jeremy to do the power source thing that you said. That was a good idea, right? But you're not quiet, that's true. On the walks, can I have, like, when walking Jeremy, is there a way to see where their power source is? If there's a little shack somewhere where they have a generator, I don't fucking know how infrastructure works, especially not in the apocalypse. But
yeah. I'll say because Liv.
you want me to roll?
I don't think you have to roll for this because Liv was actually like inside the fence. So if you guys talked about it, Liv, you saw off to one side of the building. So you're looking at the front of the building, off to the right, sort of up against the side of the actual hotel. You could hear the generators over there and sort of see the smoke coming out of them. So they're essentially like butted right up next to the building.
Okay.
Any human guards in the area?
Not that you saw,
All right.
except for the windows that Liv pointed out to you.
I guess we can just try and
Yeah,
hit that.
I just think it's better if me and the big guy cover you. We're both pretty good shots.
So Moriai puts 2 of the mortar rounds in his bag, and then he puts the grenade launcher over his shoulder and takes 2 of the grenade rounds.
I forgot I gave you a grenade launcher.
I know.
All right. So Moriai kits up. Mercury, you get Jeremy ready to go. So do you all three want to go in together? Or you guys want to follow behind?
I think we should be behind Mercury, just like protecting her from a little bit of a distance, I think.
Okay. Sounds good. So you get ready sort of under the cover of night and head back over toward Pinnacle. Let me see here. Real quick. Okay. So you approach where Moriai and Liv hanging back. Mercury up front with Jeremy. Mercury, go ahead and roll me plus cool. I'm gonna do something under fire.
I didn't. Oh, there we go. That misses.
Oh boy, it absolutely does. So as you approach, the gate is still closed. How are you planning on trying to get in? You're going to try to go over the fence?
I'm going to try and have Jeremy spit acid on the fence to see if that burns through it.
Okay. Yeah. You have Jeremy sort of spit some acid for there, and you can see it slowly starting to melt a little bit, and pretty soon you're able to kind of remove a piece of it where he's sort of dissolved away the edge, big enough for you to be able to climb through.
I throw him. I always these days have some. Any dead rodents I find, like a little bit of rotten meat, just a dead rat's head or a tail. There you go. That was good. That was well done.
All right, so you make your way into the fence and over toward the generators. Unfortunately, as you do, Moriai and Liv close behind, keeping an eye. You get about halfway across the field there, and all of a sudden you hear this loud, almost a sound of like a very loud shudder as around you, Mercury, the ground is just lit up as this huge spotlight clicks on and shines directly down onto you and Jeremy. And as it does, from outside Liv and Moriai, you hear an alarm start to go off.
Oops.
Motherfucker.
What do you do?
Great.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, the great thing about spotlights is that the light goes back to where it starts.
It certainly does.
Click. Bawoosh.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's have you roll me plus hard to go aggro. This is the most aggro.
And that's
Does
cool.
the +1 of acting on any of my information only count for me, or is it the group?
Yeah, it's only for you.
Okay. Yeah.
A 9.
Partial.
Okay. What are they gonna do?
Help, Liv. Tap the barrel up a little. We can get a 10.
Oh, can I help her interfere?
Oh,
I could.
oh yeah. Don't forget you can help each other
Ooh.
if you like.
Yeah. All right.
For future reference, you also still have a crit, GB.
Oh. Yeah, it's hiding in my terrain up there.
Okay.
Good call.
Roll my history.
How can you help here?
I think maybe like in her brief inspection of the windows and everything, she's like, I don't know, can I help by like assuring that nobody's like shooting at him or anything, like covering his ass while he lines up this shot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, so live over your shoulder. So Moria will get a +1 on a
so that'll
partial success. This one's a little different than what we're used to. On a 10 plus, you get +2. On a 7 and 9, you get +1. So, just enough. That will push you up to a 10. They have to choose to force your hand and suck it up, or cave and do what you want. They are already in this. I think they're going to force your hand. So how much harm do grenade?
4 harm, area, and messy. I'm trying to take out the light.
Okay, you fire up into the window where you see the spotlight coming from the grenade, sort of arcing over and flying in pretty much directly through the center of the window. And after a second, there is this explosion as a little bit of flame sort of jets out the window. You don't hear any screaming or anything over the sound of the grenade exploding. It would be a little hard to. And the spotlight very quickly goes out. And as it does, you hear almost immediately after a gunshot. Mercury, I'm going to have you go ahead and roll to do something under fire.
I'm gonna level up again today with this.
That's cool.
Succeeds partially.
Okay. Now that the light is out, before I tell you what happens, what are you trying to do? Are you running? Are you hiding? Are you standing there?
I'm going to tell Jeremy to start spitting onto the generator still. I'm still sticking with the plan.
Okay, so you
going to-
continue.
I don't know if what we said we'd do after, if that would happen. Probably not. We're idiots. But maybe hide somewhere if I can find some form of cover when the shooting
Okay.
starts.
Yeah. You start to make your way over closer to the generators, getting closer in on the building so they will have a harder shot at you. But before you do, you hear this gunshot go off, and your worst outcome is you feel sort of across the back of one of your legs a bullet graze you. You're going to take 1 harm from that. No serious lasting damage as you were able to start to move when the light went out, but that's bleeding a bit for you there as you both see Mercury sort of stumble a little bit and then start to make her way in towards the generators with Jeremy, who starts to spit acid on them. What are the other 2 of you doing?
Did I see a muzzle flash or anything? Or I mean, I guess I would turn my attention as soon as I could up to where I know the window panes are missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's dark. It's hard to see. You can make out sort of which of the windows don't have the panes, though.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. God, where's my equipment? I think I'm gonna take a shot into where I think it came from, and hope for the best.
Yeah. Roll plus hard.
Would this count as acting on one of my MC's answers from before?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Woohoo!
'Cause that's how you
Wait.
know where they are.
Oh god. Oh, that's just what it's called. Okay, it's /help/interference. I was like, no, I'm not helping and interfering, but I see what it says. 11.
Woo. Okay, yeah, that is a full success. So, how much harm do your gun do?
Gosh, I can't find it on the sheet, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 loud.
That seems right.
I will verify, but I'm pretty sure it's 3.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. So you sort of take aim with your rifle into one of the nearby windows and fire. And you do hear from inside sort of a brief cry of pain as you have struck someone through the window. Mercury, you've sort of made your way over, and Jeremy is sort of slowly disintegrating the wires on some of the generators. As this is happening, though, you start to feel, and all of you feel this, but Mercury are the closest to it, you all start to feel just for a brief moment, this like odd woozy sensation, and you have to kind of like you blink your eyes a bunch and try to like keep your balance, and it fades as you see this odd Mercury sort of nearby you greenish glow start to form and then expand out very quickly in this like pulse of energy as our poison surge comes into effect for our subs. And then almost immediately you start to hear what sounds like growling and scraping. One of the doors on the side of the hotel is kicked open, and scrambling out you see about 10 of these what you initially think are people, but are sort of, as they get closer to you, you can see very quickly something is wrong with them. They are all sort of grotesque. Their skin is wrinkled, and it looks like it is like burned in places. No hair or anything like that. And they all have these glowing green eyes. And they are snarling and growling and running directly at you.
Oh god.
So,
I'm taking out the machetes.
We have a hold that we can spend. So I can just appear next to you.
That is true. And she will silently and mentally just shout out to Moriai, Moriai, please help. Please help me.
Appear from the shadows.
It's so spooky. Coming out of one of the shadows next to the building, you see and then hear Moriai swinging at these creatures, Mercury ducking behind. Moriai, you can go ahead and roll to go aggro. Liv, Moriai has disappeared. And then very shortly after, you hear him yelling from up where Mercury is. You didn't see him leave.
What the fuck?
Oh, stuff and fluff.
Crit.
Oh yeah, let's spend that crit instead of
Don't use a
that
crit?
fail
Okay.
that I just rolled.
You did roll a 6 to send, but fortunately, we'll spend that crit. So on 10 plus. So you are just trying to cut down as many of them as possible?
Yeah, just wade through them, slashing and hacking.
Cool. Yeah, so with a full success, I'll say you can probably get 3 of them kind of all at once. They're not nearly as big as you. You just kind of come swinging through them with the sword, just kind of cleaving a couple of them just across the torso, like right in half, as this sort of greenish oozing blood kind of starts to splatter out across the ground. You continue to try to fight them off. Liv, what are you doing?
Can I see any of these things that ran out, or not from where I am?
Yeah, I think you can see.
I
You can at least see their oddly glowing eyes.
Ugh. Yeah, I think she'll run up and get real close, flush to the wall on the outside, so that she's protected from cover fire from above, and she'll use her what's it called, her handgun, and try to, from around the corner, provide some help for the other two.
Okay. You press yourself up against the building running in after Moriai. Hearing these things are sort of snarling and clawing, trying to get to Moriai, to Mercury. And a couple of them sort of break off and start running towards the corner that you're around. I was going to have you roll to go aggro on someone, but you're going to fail the roll.
Oh, shit. Does it still count as though I had rolled it, or no?
Yeah, for XP purposes.
Tight. Okay.
Sure, that seems fair. I'm also gonna take away your XP. Oh yeah, you as you turn and sort of peek around the corner, getting ready to fire your gun. Two of them you did not hear coming, and almost immediately they are right up on you. They sort of grab onto you, one on each side, and kind of latch onto your shoulders. They don't hurt you. Instead, they continue to drag you sort of past down this wall and towards another door on this side of the hotel. So they have sort of lashed onto you and are dragging your boots, sort of scraping in the dirt towards a door. And as they do this, you can hear the door open.
Can I run in with machetes drawn and try and interfere? Or do I not see that? Because we're in different locations.
Do you say anything?
Oh yeah,
Hmm?
Liv is very not
Because
quiet about what's
because
happening.
you're around the corner.
Yeah.
Sure.
Get the fuck off
Okay.
me! Get the fuck off me! And she's like elbowing things and probably reaching for her big knife off of her belt to like try and stab one of these things too.
Okay. Yeah, so you hear this Mercury come running around the corner, and you see two of these things essentially dragging Liv towards another door that has been opened on the side of the building. You run at them, machetes drawn. Have you roll plus
But-
hard?
Wait, are they things or are they humans where my brain stuff would work?
You can try. I don't think you're sure. They look like
Yeah.
they look like humans, but just real fucked up.
I'm
They're
trying it because
certainly
fucked
acting
up is
feral.
not really. Mercury's measures of fucked up are not exactly reasonable. So
Sure.
he's drawn, and then she sees its chew, and quickly drops one of the machetes, and instead just her hand reaching out onto the weird slimy shoulder of the thing, trying to use the in-brain puppet string move. Because I only need
Absolutely.
touch thanks to the tattoos/glove. And that
That's
succeeds.
wonderful. Nice.
So-
That's 10. Okay. You have
Hold
3 hold, I
three.
think.
I can hold 3 and inflict, or take a -1 on the roll, and the command is to fight the other creature and ignore Liv.
Okay. Yeah, so from behind them, Liv, you see Mercury come running around, sort of letting one of the machetes go and just reaching out and clapping a hand onto one of these things that has you. And you see the sort of green in its eyes like flare for a moment and then settle, and it takes its hands, puts them on your chest, and just shoves you towards the door. Trying to get the other one to let go of you, and then it turns and just takes this huge swipe at the other thing that was holding on to you. So they sort of drop you to the ground.
Yeah,
okay,
I would
Liv?
scramble. Yeah, I would scramble to toward Mercury. And just, yeah, thanks. Did the mumbo jumbo thing?
Yes, I think. I just told him
What
to
the
be our shield.
What the fuck are these?
There's a lot of them. Moria is still there, still fighting. I don't know what to do.
Shit. All right. Stay close, and she'll go forward with her magnum and try to go help out Moria if there are any still on him.
She picks up
Okay,
the
yeah,
machete
these-
on the way back.
Sure. Yeah. So these two things sort of sit scrambling around, fighting each other like animals, really. You both go charging back around the corner to where Moriai is still fighting.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
he's literally saying like, "Never threaten Mercury," and he's like stepping on them once they're on the ground.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll one more for go aggro, so plus hard, but you have made a dent for sure.
Partial.
Okay, let's see. They can choose one. Okay, I'm gonna say they're gonna choose to barricade themselves in. So you go sort of slashing through. How much harm do you do again with the sword?
4. Let me make sure.
It's so
3.
many. 3. Okay.
It-
Yeah. So yeah, you go slicing through a few more of them. This just like blood streaming out everywhere, cutting down 2 more of them as the rest of them start to back off. Some of them like scrambling on all fours, sort of back into the building. There's a few left, but they're starting to make a retreat. And the other 2 of you sort of come around the corner, seeing this happen.
So Morio's fine. I'm running towards the generator to go, Jeremy, and see if he's still doing his thing.
He is, yeah. He has sort of moved around, kind of squeezing himself behind one of them because there's a lot of scary noise happening right now. But he's just back there and has moved on to just chomping on one of the wires. And you can see it like fraying and sparking. As he does finally cut through a few of them, you hear the generator sort of stop producing smoke and power down. And on the side of the building, you can see, like in some of these windows, the lights go off.
Jeremy's done. Do you want to run?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just for clarification, the door they tried to get Love through, was that a different building, or was that still part of the pinnacle?
It's still part of the pinnacle. It was just around, sort of around the side, around the corner.
Yeah.
Is the door still open?
The one they were trying to pull you through?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the moment.
Want to go check it out real quick?
Upon, not particularly.
I do.
Oh, you want to? Okay. I mean, if you want to, yeah, Mercury scurries up, I guess. Do your thing.
I think when we because we have to kind of run past that direction, if that's okay. Mercury, as the other 2 are kind of running, Mercury's like distracted, like fucking squirrel, and just peeks inside.
Yeah, you peek inside, and you see a room that does not look like it has been used in a while. There is a lot of stuff in here. On one side, there are several computers. They're currently turned off. There are some desks and chairs and things like that. Some of them have been pushed to the side or overturned. And then on the other side, you can see these large cages that are there. Some of them have things moving around inside, some don't. But yeah, you can see what looks like essentially like an old lab or something like that. You also hear something. The door sort of hanging partially open. Just from right around the corner, you hear what sounds like a bird, like sort of this small squeaking or chirping sound, and you see Jeremy, who has sort of waited with you, kind of perk up and then scramble in and kind of look around the corner to see where the sound's coming from.
Jeremy, don't come back. No, run after him.
You run after Jeremy, and you see sort of a little ways into the room, using its head and the side of its small body to kind of shift stuff around, like it's rooting around for food and things like that. You see a strange looking bird. You've never seen a bird like this before. It is tall, sort of like an oval shaped body. It's got flat feet, sort of long wings that it keeps down by its side. It's mostly black. Sort of the center of it is white. It's got a little beak. And as it hears Jeremy sort of scamper into the room, it turns and looks at you, and you can see part of it sort of on the side, its eye and the front part of one of its wings and everything are metallic.
Shiny.
It's a penguin.
Penguin, thank you so much, Void Smoker, for that donation last time. I fucking love it. I'm
It's a
gonna
cybernetic
scoop the thing
penguin.
up. I'm gonna scoop the thing up. Mercury has
Love it.
another friend, and she might make it a gift to Sedona because she missed out on all the fun. So she's going to coax well, actually, no. I did the coaxing with Jeremy last time. She's looking around. She's just gonna scoop it up and take it with her.
Okay, you scoop up the bird and go running out. Jeremy sort of scampering alongside you, and the three of you run back through the fence.
Look what I found!
So, was there a second generator? Or did we disable the system?
Yeah,
'Cause I
there was
thought
more
you
than one.
said there was-
Jeremy had been. Yeah, there's more than one. Jeremy had been doing it for so long that I'll say he probably could have gotten both.
Okay, because otherwise I was gonna, straight through one of the generators. Just
No,
try
I think
it.
you've got the power well and good
Okay,
shut off.
good. Okay.
Okay. So the three of you take off through the penguin, and you see Mercury through the fence with your penguin in tow. You see Mercury holding something. But you make your way back to the truck.
All right.
He lives with us now. We can talk later. Now we need to go away. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, she'll just run after briefly considering what she just saw. Just all right, and yeah, I think go back to where we were laying low with the vehicle and just get the heck out of there.
Okay, yeah, you head back to the trucks. New friend in tow. Nobody too worse for wear. You take off back towards the assembly line. Right now, let's go ahead and take a quick break. I think that's a good spot to do so. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us so far, and especially for the donations and the surges and the failures and the pets and all that stuff. So we'll be back in just a few short minutes once we are refreshed. So stick around. And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took a quick break. We are going to pick back up right where we left off with this, the 4th episode of Diesel Punks. I don't know. You guys know I can't count that high. So you have made your way back in your trucks with people in tow and a new friend as well. You are making your way back toward the assembly line. Unless there is anything you all want to do along the way, we can sort of move on to you returning home. Okay. All right. So yeah, you pull up a little while later, driving back east through the gates, closing behind you, and as you sort of unpack from your adventure, you can get a closer look at this new little creature that Mercury, I imagine, you sort of pick up and place on the ground outside the car.
I can't. He just sits there and looks around. And I poke it. And during the car, I've been trying to play with it, poke it, and it's just fairly like making a couple of noises every now and looking around, taking in everything, looking a little bit smarter than it should be. Trying
The
to
hell
pick-
do
You
keep
poke it
finding?
again, it kind of squawks at you a little.
They find me.
What is it?
Were there a bunch of whatever that is in there?
There were some other things, yeah, but this one was the shiniest.
Oh, glad I didn't
Also,
truck a
some of-
grenade in there.
Well, some of the cages were open, so I think whatever attacked us there was in those cages and was let out by the hotel, like attack dog green thingies, monsters,
Mhm.
zombies. I don't know. I couldn't talk to them much. There was a weird. They still seem human because I told them to not hurt you, and they didn't. And I don't know what they are or were, but I don't want to
Thanks for
end
the
up
cover.
like that. Of course.
I mean, I wonder if that's what this culty person is doing to folks that believe in them. I mean, I gotta think twice next time Sedona wants to have a Starman, because honestly, I don't think she's capable of half of that shit, but
Do these green creatures, did they remind me of anything I saw in Jessica and John's mind? Or James, I don't remember. Because there was some green goo that he was touched by.
Yes. I think his name was John. I didn't write their names down, actually. I'm pretty sure it was
I
Jessica
think
and
it was
John.
John.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, he's dead. It doesn't matter.
I
Yes,
killed
you think back. You have two sort of poignant memories that you could pull from. That sort of like slime, like goo, like stuff. When you could see when he was sort of like getting it off his hands and scraping it off of Jessica, it was leaving these almost like burn patches, which look similar to some of what you saw on the skin of these things. You also remember seeing similar shapes that the poisons and your eye showed you in those that vision or hallucination or whatever it was of all of those sort of creatures crawling out of the car that Moria had chopped in half. They moved very similarly.
I do think that maybe like John, they were not just listening to the poisons, but getting a little bit too carried away by the chorus. It is quite tempting sometimes, especially when someone eggs you on, when someone pushes you. Like, maybe prosperity, that's... I don't know, I'm guessing, but...
See, that's
if-
why I don't fuck with the poison shit.
Moriai's been studying the bird this whole time, and he finally says, "Do you think they cut the meat off him and then put metal back on to, like, eat?"
As you're staring down at the bird and asking these questions, you notice it started staring back at you, and you all see this bird kind of waddle its like oddly shaped body over toward Moriai and just kind of sit a little bit next to his foot and just like stare up at him.
He likes you.
Reach way down and pat.
It squawks a little bit. I can't really make the sound that penguins make, but he does. Yeah, there we go.
From the
Sounds
old
a little bit like a
Batman
duck.
series.
You have to name him now.
And he thinks back to like a book or something that he saw at one time, and we as the audience realize that it's a picture of Napoleon in a little suit and stuff with his hand in, and he says, "Napoleon, you can be Napoleon." He was small and a conqueror.
Napoleon the Conqueror.
I love it. I love it so much.
That's a really good name. I've been holding kind of Jeremy like a oversized teddy bear the whole time with his legs dangling. And I'm like, you need to be nice to Napoleon now, because now you're going to live together and you're all going to have your spot and you're all going to have your blankets and your toys and you're going to be nice. You hear?
Jeremy just kind of like bops his little fuzzy head into you.
Good, very good. And you're getting extra rations today because you did a very important job and you were very crucial to the mission. And everyone tell Jeremy that he was good.
Good job, Jeremy.
You did good, Jeremy.
See?
Person Jeremy
the
walks
Lewis
by
Silver
at this
freaked
point
out.
and is like, I didn't go.
No, it's Spider
Not-
Jeremy.
not
You're
you.
fine. Go away.
He just hangs his head, walks away.
Jeremy's gonna become a big bad if I'm not careful.
Why are we such dicks to human Jeremy? He's done nothing to us. We're just being assholes.
He's done nothing wrong, except I don't know. No, he has done nothing. He's done literally nothing wrong. Aw, Jeremy.
And for our
Alright.
assholery, we get more subs. Thank you so much, Draku, for giving us
Okay.
another 4 to get to the other surge, because
Another?
our little entropy rat likes to make chaos happen, and we can respect that.
That's wonderful. All right, let me have a little list here. Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But first, is there anything else you all would like to do or mission complete? Now we wait.
I am immediately going to go up to Tesla and tell her to like triple the guard, because we have like lit a flaming bag of dog shit on their steps, and we need to watch out for an even bigger flaming bag of dog shit. So keep your eyes peeled.
You got it. Yeah, so she will. Everyone who is able. The guards don't get much of a break, I think, for the next at least couple of days.
I'm going to visit Sedona, who's dealing with the infection and a little bit of fever, and tell her everything that she maybe wanted and probably didn't want to know about what happened on the mission, and
Yeah.
about Napoleon.
All right. Yeah. You get back. You go talk to her. She's tired. She's sort of like in and out of sleep with the fever giving her some trouble. But she seems she's not getting worse. If anything, she's probably a little better than she was when you saw her this morning. So she should be back up to it in a couple of days, for sure.
As Moriai takes Nepolion and tries to go back to their shack there, he keeps putting Nepolion on his shoulder, and and it's a penguin, so it doesn't know how to balance on a shoulder like on a branch. So after about the fourth time, it like wings off, and he has to like catch it. He puts it in his hood of his cloak, of his wasteland cloak. He just puts it in there, and so the little cybernetic penguin is in this basically pouch that is his the hood of his wasteland cloak.
Yeah, you guys can see it every now and then. It's like it has the one sort of red, it's like a Terminator eye, like this one cybernetic eye that does, much like Mercury's, occasionally will just kind of tick off on its own, like it's looking at something while the penguin's looking at something else. Yeah, you take Nepoline, stick him in your hood, take him home.
Man, Happy Feet 3 has really gone off the deep end.
Dun 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 dun.
The
Dun, dun, dun,
gritty
dun.
reboot of Happy Feet. Then yeah, you all try, I imagine, to get some sleep. And for the next day or two, you go about your business. Everyone sort of a little on edge in the assembly line, sort of having heard what happened and seeing all of the guard presence having grown. Everyone's a little edgy, and you do find, Liv especially, that people are starting to become concerned, as there is sort of an illness that has been making its way through, kind of like a flu, that's kind of making its way through the hold, but morale is pretty bad because there is no one really to help deal with it. So you've got some sick folks in there as well. But the first day kind of comes and goes, second day comes and goes. You hear
Is
nothing.
Would it have been how does an angel learn their craft? I mean, like, how long has Dwight been with the assembly line? Like, where did he come from?
Dwight, you guys have had Dr. Dwight for a few years, I would say. He's been around a long time. He is one of the first sort of major assets that you got. You know, from him, he was kind of a wanderer for a long time, would kind of wander in between settlements, kind of like helping people where he could. But obviously he's by no means old, but as you age much more quickly in a very radioactive apocalypse, and so he felt less safe traveling around, and so finally needed to find a place to settle. You gave him that place in exchange for his services, so he's been here with you for several years. There are a couple of different ways that they can learn. Most people learn from someone else. They just kind of pass down the knowledge that they have. Dr. Dwight specifically actually has in his possession a few older medical texts that he found somewhere on one of his excursions when he was younger, sort of took to it, and then using that, he's essentially self-taught.
Okay. Would he have left any of that stuff in his office? I mean, I imagine he needs to brush up from time to time, but are there notes or anything that are still there? I imagine he also had to like pick up and leave pretty quickly.
Yeah, you go over to the infirmary and sort of go through his things. The people that are in there, the guards that are in there, sort of helping you. You do find a couple of notebooks that he left behind, sort of older notes of his. A lot of them are patient notes, essentially like his version of like a chart. What that would be, sort of like taking notes on people's conditions and injuries and things like that. The occasional like test of like this a new herb he found, or some medication that was salvaged on like a scavenging run. So yeah, you can find a couple of things like that that sort of got like they were like in the back of a drawer, kind of left behind.
Okay. Did he have any help, or was he just kind of the primary person doing this? Like he didn't have any assistants?
No, it was pretty much just him, because she finds herself in his care on a pretty regular basis, and I think sort of probably spends a decent amount of time down there actually guarding the infirmary. Tesla, I think, has picked up a few things from him, just basic stuff. It's more like sort of battlefield first aid than anything. But she's spent many a day in the infirmary. Your gunlugger has.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
How much of the radio stuff did we get? Can we do the broadcasty bit?
You think you thinking we want to put out a call for an angel?
An angel? Or to try and get some of Prosperity's people away from her? I know that John wasn't 100% on board with her ways. I know that Jessica was, and that he was for her, but I figure maybe there will be some people in the Pinnacle that aren't completely indoctored under her spell.
I get where you're coming from. Well,
and we have our own prophet, so even though she's feeling a little bit low right now, she'll be with her usual fiery self soon, and she can maybe we can have a prophet battle with knives. No, with talking.
verbal knives.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm smelling with what you're stepping in there. Yeah, we
I
get.
stepped in something, and she looks at her shoes.
Liv doesn't like even hear. She's already like pondering. Yeah, we get Sedona up and running, and get her out there in front of the microphone, and let's recruit some folks to the assembly line. I mean, at the very least, we can definitely use the manpower just as far as guards go, but who knows, maybe we even pick up an angel or something.
Tell them how much food we have, and tell them how great we are and how nice we are, and that Jeremy's the best, Spider Jeremy, not human Jeremy, and that we have all the things.
Yeah, I mean, probably workshop that a little bit and let Sedona put her own spin on it, but yeah, I think this could work. You know, once she's feeling better. God, I'm so on edge. I just keep waiting for them to like run up and knock on our door again. I don't
What's
want
the
to.
most vulnerable thing
Oh,
we
go
have
ahead.
that they could attack?
I mean, our food, for one. Our pretty much any injuries are vulnerable right now because we have nobody to treat them. I mean, Tesla knows a couple things about like battlefield medicine, but I don't know. She can't fix death.
We should probably not go up there again and hit them. Fight them.
No. No. I think we play it cool. We they don't necessarily know it was us. And we just go about our business.
No, they definitely know it was us.
What makes you say that?
I was in the spotlight for a very long time. I am not exactly subtle, Liv.
Oh, so you lay low in the in your house, and
We also
I don't
were
know.
there.
She was
Like, she knows what we look like.
all right. Well,
Don't start
maybe she
being
knows it
stupid
was
now,
us.
Liv. You were doing so well.
What the hell does that mean? I'm just being optimistic.
It's really strange. I'm not used to it. Sorry.
All right. Well, in any case, we'd be cool. We take care of the people that are here and alive and relatively well. And we wait. I don't like waiting. I hate waiting.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm gonna see how Napoleon is doing. Bye! And she runs off
All right. Bye.
to Morai.
Mercury comes busting in the door.
And I imagine Moriai is like sweeping, gesturing to different things, and he's, penguin waddling around in circles. One laser beam
is-
Terminator eye scanning.
How long has he been going in circles for? Is he broken?
The big shrug.
Well, it's okay. How are you doing?
I
You
think
seem
we
very...
Go ahead.
Keep going.
I think we should have finished what we started.
Yeah. But there were so many of them all of a sudden, and they were very green. I'm sorry you haven't been able to really punch things lately. You deserve being able to punch things. And cut them, and shoot them, and stomp them.
Those ones were pretty squishy.
Yeah. And thank you for helping me.
And his head nod turns into almost a bow. And being 6'4" or 6'6", it's quite a gesture.
And she holds his face and kisses him on the forehead and the hair. Well, mask, I guess.
Okay. He
They will be back, or we have to be back, but this is not finished. Now we will be a lot more fighting first.
Do you think she'll be in our heads some more?
I don't know if Drift John was her only connection to the poison The voices seem to be quite strong with them, especially if she has more people that were turned into whatever that was.
Hmm.
I don't ever want to be like that. Thought the poisons were nice.
And
They
again,
usually
he
are.
shrugs because he doesn't know what he doesn't know the poisons. I mean, he's lived with them and just accepts them as part of nature and his world, but he doesn't understand them.
It's okay. I'll be fine. I have you. I may have just snapped at Liv. Is that bad?
Sometimes she needs a good kick in the ass.
She's doing very well. It's the first place I wanted to stay in for a little bit longer with you. It's nice to not wander around all the time.
And he doesn't say it, but in his head, he's seeing her walk. We get a scene of like her walking out in slow motion, and him just wanting to murder her there and then after the whole thing happened, as she's walking away.
Prosperity, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess he would say, cut off the head of the viper.
Yeah, you did tell us that. We should listen to you more often. You're very wise.
He just does like big laugh. Like he doesn't believe it, but he likes hearing it.
And Mercury goes out to play with Spider, Jeremy, who I believe is a little bit jealous of all the attention now being hogged by Napoleon, and has been sulking outside and not entering the house because Napoleon just stares at him. He just stares at people and everyone a little bit too long, too close for comfort. And Spider Jeremy, despite being probably 3 times his size, is intimidated and is usually hiding outside. And I try to give him a lot of attention and to play and to do a little bit more training and lots of treats.
All right, you do your best to try to put him at ease. He's slowly coming around, but excuse me. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. All right. So the 3 of you go about your day, and Liv, especially, I think, on edge from the waiting. You wait. There are no attacks. There's no threats. There are no messages. And Liv, as you sort of reach the late afternoon of the second day doing this, you realize, well, you haven't heard anything from Prosperity and the Pinnacle. You also have not heard anything from the radio station in about 24 hours.
Fuck. And she'll go to the Mercury Moriarty residence and probably catch you playing with Jeremy and just, hey, I want to check on the radio station. They've been radio silent, no pun intended.
It's bad. You might have gone straight to the source.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be disappointing. I wouldn't call it hitting us where it hurts so much as attacking here would be, but it's definitely disappointing. Luckily, it's outside either of our bases, so if we need to take it back, we probably can. I just don't want to waste the bullets on
If
it,
that's
frankly.
If that's not what is essentially, if that's not what counts, and her hardest hitting troops have left the pinnacle, then maybe we go to the source and take what hurts her.
That's a good point.
What's more important to you, the radio station or the doctor?
Well, absolutely, the doctor. I mean, I haven't seen people around here hurting this much in a while. And the whole
Sedona
point of
won't
the damn
like it.
assembly line is... What's that?
Sedona won't like it, but I think she'd understand.
I mean, the whole point of the assembly line is to give people a place to be safe, and if we can't promise that, then what the fuck is the point of it? So, the radio station is a nice little cherry on top, but if this sundae's
You don't want-
melting, we gotta put it in the
You don't-
freezer.
Sunday. We don't want to be a deceiver, is what she says, and I think if we use the radio station to tell people that it's super safe and then it's not, that would be deceiving and that would be bad, and we're not bad. So, let's
Exactly.
murder people at the hotel.
That is certainly one way of putting it, but I want to do this smart. I would like to, if possible, I assume that I'm getting updates I'm keeping in contact over like walkie-talkies or something.
Sure.
I would like to send like a like tops 2-person scouting party real quick to just check on the radio station from a distance and just tell me what they see and be ready to have boots on the ground at the pinnacle if what Mercury is saying is true. If they have a good amount of manpower at the radio station based on my assumptions of Pinnacle, I'd like to know. So can I zip 2 people out there?
Certainly. Yeah, you send out a couple of scouts at the same time, so we're putting together a group to head back toward Pinnacle. You hear back from them after a while. They let you know it looks like there are several people around. They have counted 3 trucks over there, sort of large ones. They have 1 or 2 people outside the building. They're not going to be able to tell you what's inside without actually going in. But one of them does tell you that from the second story, sort of where on the side where those windows were outside the recording studio, the one that the little bug, well, it was a big bug, the one that the bug sort of escaped through when you were up there fighting them, coming from those windows, they keep seeing these like flashes of green light.
Sounds like they carted in a bunch of their fucking monsters and just laid waste to the place. Fuck. Yeah, fuck it. We're going.
Yay! Where are we going?
Pinnacle. Those
Yay.
bastards are without their little attack dogs. We got attack dogs of our own. And
Moria is the biggest.
yeah, I would like to take like a medium gang with us to Pinnacle.
Okay.
I ain't
Alright,
fucking
you-
around anymore.
Get your gang together. All 3 of you get ready to go. Before you do, though, let me have Mercury.
We hit 20
Ooh,
on
what?
the retweets. So if
Oh,
you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
hand
yeah.
out a crit to someone, thank you so much,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you very much, Chaos Chorus. Yay!
Let's do it. What do we got? Da, 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 da. Let's do Mercury on that one. Thanks, everybody. Now let's do 30. Failure's fun too.
No. I mean, yes, I'm conflicted.
Great, thank you so much. So yeah, really quick, as you all are getting ready to go, Mercury, can you roll for me plus weird?
I would love to, and I level up with that because I've done a lot of weird things again. Where's my weird? Here's my weird. Boop. No, why does that never come through? No, it did come through. Was that 7? Just now?
Yes.
Or was that from last time?
No, that's
that
yeah,
was-
that's the one you just rolled.
Okay,
Okay,
that
so
will
a partial success. So you, as you are getting ready to go, sort of situating Jeremy and Nephilion, making sure they're gonna behave while you're gone. Your eye starts to kind of tremble and move back and forth on its own, and then it rolls over to almost to the entire side, and you see through it something odd. There is a group of 3 people sort of standing out in the street near the infirmary. 2 of them kind of pulling on the other, trying to get them to go into the infirmary. That person sort of arguing, fighting back. And then all of a sudden you hear a high-pitched scream as the person that they were trying to get into the infirmary sort of has a little bit of a freak out, sort of breaks out of their grip, grabs onto one of these people in front of them, and just bites right into their neck. And you see like blood, and they kind of push off of them. And Mercury, you can see as the poisons sort of surge here, this faint kind of like green aura come off of them for just a moment, and then they turn and just take off running down the street.
Oh, no. That person that just bit someone is now running.
Yes.
Did I get that correctly? I'm after them, and I'm trying to tackle them and touch them, because that's the quickest way I can stop them if it works.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. To go after them, I'm gonna have you do something under fire.
Mm-hmm. God, it's... Nope.
Oof. That's fail. Cannot be helped. Hey, thanks for the subs, fam.
Thank you very much. We smashed another goal. G20 TV subscribed
There we
and
go.
gave us 5 more. Thanks.
Love that. Great. You guys are about to get some more poison. So the Moria, you see Mercury just go, just take off down the street. And you all have sort of heard this scream, and you're looking over, and people are sort of taken aback. The person's kind of like grabbing at their shoulder and kind of neck area, trying to stop. You can see like blood kind of coming through their hand a little bit. The person goes running, Mercury following. You get about 2/3 of the way there, and you are gaining on them, when all of a sudden, sort of under your feet, you feel a like trembling, and you hear sort of this like whispering very quickly, and in front of you, before you can stop yourself, a little crack opens up in the dirt, and this just like gout of this poison, this like hot disgusting gas is just like let loose in front of you, and you sort of run through it, and you can feel it kind of burning your skin a little bit. You're going to take 2 harm from that. That is armor piercing
That was-
if you have any.
Is that me? Because I was distracted by another 6 gifted subs in chat. Thank you very much, C20.
Yes.
Are you okay? Are you having a stroke and you're accidentally on the subscription button? Because that is very generous and we super appreciate it. And we're also going to get fucked up by more poison surges, so that's good. That's good.
Thank you. Yeah, so you feel this kind of like burning against your skin as you take that harm, as the poisons have betrayed you a little bit that time. And the person sort of takes off around the corner. As all of this is happening very, very quickly, Moria and Liv, from where you are sort of standing in the street, you then hear behind you another scream, and you see sort of scrambling down the road. It's Liv, you're at least familiar with all of the people that live in your hold, so a few familiar faces, as there is kind of this burst of green light, and then coming around the corner sort of down the road directly at you, you see about 5 people that you knew, people that had fallen ill in the last couple of days, these like bright glowing pinpoints of light in their eyes as they're sort of scrambling feral down the street. The poisons have accelerated the timeline a little.
Fuck.
Thanks for the sub.
Fuck. Thank you. Fuck. Oh god. Okay. Liv is going to. I mean, these are citizens, and she doesn't want to kill them. She is going to. How heavy is like a heavier armor in this game? I mean, do you think it would be enough to repel the bites?
Yeah, human teeth aren't exactly the sharpest things. Like if they catch you on your armor, you and Moriai for sure, I think you'll be okay.
Okay. I am going to try and wrangle somebody and throw him in some sort of cage or prison or something and quarantine him. And I don't know how easily I can do that, but that's the idea.
Okay. You can certainly try. Moriai's there. If you want to help with this.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to try to wrangle him?
Wrangle him and throw him in some closet somewhere. I don't know, man.
Like
Okay.
I can, because it was this factory thing, isn't there like tractor trailer truck, like shipping crate?
We
type
have,
thing?
yeah, we would have like some sort of like, at the very least a truck that we could toss him in. Maybe a container, like a shipping container, maybe.
Yeah, you can have a sort of on the edge, like maybe like one sort
Yeah.
of large container that the door locks. Well, the brig.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you roll to do something under fire. What you got? Okay, that is a partial success.
And I'll help.
Try to help. All right. So
Under
as Liv, as
fire?
you move in, for help is going to be whatever your history is with Liv.
Oh yeah.
So Liv, you move in, feeling mostly protected by the armor that you wear. I'm trying to keep your hands and everything away so they don't get got. You start to move in and try to wrangle him. Whoa. That's a big 5 there.
Yeah.
You get no help, Liv.
Yep.
So you can manage to wrangle them. Unfortunately, as Moriai starts to move in, this like huge imposing figure in this mask, it sort of sets them off kind of in this instinctual moment of like fear at him, and they start to kind of scramble away. So you do, I'm gonna say your hands get caught up a little bit. You end up with a couple of wounds sort of as they're able to kind of scratch you across the face, kind of grabbing onto a couple of your fingers. So I'm just gonna have you take just 1 harm. Ignore armor just for the for what is happening as they kind of swarm around you in a frenzy, but you manage to kind of pull them off, and you wrangle them, sort of pushing them all into this this shipping container, shutting the door behind them.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
So I would pull like 2 nearby guards and kind of explain the situation to them and be like, all right, listen, we are in desperate need of a solution here, but for the time being, if anybody who has been infected with whatever the hell that was, you just chuck them in this container and you guard this with your lives. Don't let them bite you.
They nod at your instructions, looking a little freaked out, but
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm fixing it. We're gonna deal with it. But for now, I need you guys to nut the fuck up and just handle this.
they nod again. You got it, boss. Sort of stand
right.
guard outside.
According to plan, we are still going after the pinnacle. We got to cut the shit off at the source. I don't know what this is, but it started there.
I'm not sure it really did. It's the poisons.
So you're saying this happens out in the wastes? You ever seen anything like
I've never
this?
seen it. I've never seen anything like this. But it makes sense why she needs the doctor. Either way, we need him more now. More than ever.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we're going in then. We need it.
All right, you continue on where you were before, in a little more of a frenzy. This time, you take your gang of violent bastards, load them up in a truck. Moriai and Mercury tagging along with Liv, and you take off immediately toward the pinnacle. As you are on your way there, oh boy, I got one more. The poisons surge once again. All 3 of you. Let's have you roll. Everybody roll either. Yeah, I'll do it the same as last time. You all start to hear kind of in your ear these odd whispering sounds. I'm going to have you roll either weird to open your brain to them or cool to dig in and push them out. Your choice.
Mercury is actually going to push them out for once because she's a little frightened.
Okay.
And Moriai, too. Mercury's the only one he lets poke around in his head. So,
Sure.
fudge.
Where'd those
Roll 20 has
successes go,
abandoned me.
squad?
Oh,
All right,
no.
so we've got Liv and Mercury with partial successes, and Moriai with a miss. So Liv and Mercury, as you hear this whispering, it sort of sounds like somebody is sitting right behind you, kind of talking over your shoulder. It's indistinct at first, and then you both hear very briefly a familiar voice, because you've heard it once before, a woman's voice, say to you, very quietly, sort of like she's far away. She says, "Hello again." You killed some of my friends. I saw it. John's gone now.
He wanted to go.
So I sent some of my friends to kill yours.
How did you meet John?
She starts to answer you. And as she does, you start to hear that kind of like ambient whispering again. It gets louder and louder, and it's like blocking out some of her words. So they're not coming through super clearly. And then just once briefly, her voice cuts through again. I can tell you don't want me here. I'll go.
Yeah, I'm backing away as that happens.
Yeah, so she starts to pull away. And then right as she does, you just sort of hear her say, "See you soon." Liv, you hear this as well.
And she's gone at this point?
Yeah, she's gone.
Fuck. Okay.
As this happens, Moriai, you hear the whispering as well, and then you feel this pain, like the shooting pain in your head, sort of right between your brows, right between your eyes, as you hear a voice louder for you say, "Hello, Moriai. I'm still here. Do you want me to go?"
So, because I failed, am I compelled to say yes? No? Am I compelled at all, or is this my choice?
No, it's your choice. It's your brain. You can still sort of respond how you want to respond, but you find yourself sort of trying to push against her like you did last time, and it's not working.
Okay. Yeah, I guess he would get the fuck out of my head.
No. And you feel this like shooting pain again, and both of you see Moriai's eyes flash this bright green color as they then sort of roll back in his head, and he slumps over in the seat, unconscious.
Mercury's by his side immediately. Slaps him in the face. Do not follow her deeper. Do not come back to me. Come back to me, Moriai.
Nothing.
She dives after him, holds his face between her hands, and deep brain scan goes in.
Okay. Let's see.
Actually,
Deep
in brain
brain
puppet
stimuli?
string. This is
Ooh,
the
okay.
command to come back.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll weird.
10.
Okay. You Liv, you see Mercury sort of take Morai's hand and close her eyes, and you give the command to come back. Morai, you as you are feeling this pain sort of in your head, after a moment, your eyes flutter open again as you hear Mercury's voice sort of cutting through all of the noise, telling you to come back. You're able in that moment to start to pull yourself away. And just before you do, you just hear one final sort of quiet laugh from some corner of your head. And you just hear her say, "I can see you." And she's gone. And Moriai wakes back up.
And when he does, he's like, and he gives Mercury a big hug, and just puts his head to hers.
And you feel her tense because she's not. This is, yes, you're back, and that's good. But this is not the end. And I will slice whoever that thing is open, every which way I can possibly imagine. She does not get to hurt you. She does not get to take you away. Are you okay, Liv?
Liv has just kind of been like pacing with like her hands like crossed behind her head, like just the most frazzled you've seen her like probably ever. And like she is prone to obviously flying off the handle here and there, but like this is like the closest thing you've ever seen to her feeling fear, or at least outwardly showing that she's afraid of something. And she's just like, we gotta fucking stop this shit because I can't handle this. The assembly line can't handle this. We need to cut this shit off at the source. Who is she?
I don't think she's Prosperity. Maybe she is. I remember that either Jessica or John said a different name for what I thought was Prosperity. I don't remember the name. Amanda, was it? I don't.
It was Aurora.
Aurora.
Well, if Aurora's at the pinnacle, then we kill the bitch. If Aurora's not at the pinnacle, we find who knows where she is, and then we kill that bitch, and then we go off to kill the bitch. I'm done. I'm done playing around.
I don't know who's who. I don't know if it's the same person or if it's a person in the first place. I don't know if she's controlled or if she's doing the controlling. But yes, we'll figure it out.
You all right, big guy?
I am now.
Good. Because I need you. I need both of you.
And he smiles at Mercury under his mask.
We also need the prophet. If our people are...
Fuck! Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I think this interruption is perfect. Go on.
Liv would sprint to where Sedona is. She wants to know if this is happening to her.
Yeah. Second after.
You go running off towards the infirmary, sort of busting in the door, and you see Sedona laying there, as far as you can tell, sleeping.
I will try and read her as if, like, and see if I can possibly feel a trace of green around her.
Okay. Certainly.
I'm rolling well.
There it is.
Okay, yeah. That is a full success. Let's see. Is this the one that you have questions for, or?
Yes, that is the. But I mean, I figured it's more of a. The one question is that really matters is.
Yeah.
Has she
Yeah,
been
that's
touched by the whatever that voice was, that particular voice?
Sure. Yeah, you reach out to Sedona as she sleeps a little restlessly. At the moment, from what you can tell, she seems untouched.
Good. That's good.
She's clear.
She's with us.
Never thought I'd be that happy to hear that. But you're right. We need her too.
As you
I need
take a
drink.
breath, you take a breath, collect yourselves, and get ready to put the rest of your plan in motion. We are going to go ahead and wrap it up there for today. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for the retweets and the donations and the subs, all of the subs, so many subs. I think I got to all of our surges that are going to happen today. That we can hopefully look forward to even more next time. And also, thank you to my wonderful friends for playing this game with me today. Hope you guys have fun. Not too
Thanks for being a creepy
traumatized.
little kid voice. I'm starting to hate.
Gotcha. Let's real quick do our end of session stuff. All right. Okay, let's let us do it. So we're deciding which character, if any, knows you better than they used to. If there isn't one, a character who doesn't know you as well as they thought. Anyone have strong feelings?
I think I had a lot of moments with Moriai teaming up with me. I think that like alliance is a little more stable now. I mean, this is always so hard for me because Liv is just an open book. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it's more like who do I work really well with in the session.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a good way to frame it. So yeah, GB, you'll add +1 to your history with Liv.
Okay.
Right. What about Mercury?
I'm still kind of undecided as well because the last scene there with Moria was intense and very connected. But I feel like the sort of scheming and the don't start being stupid now with Liv was really nice as well. I really enjoyed that. So I'm kind of torn. It feels odd because Moria, the premise we started with was that Moria and Mercury already know each other so very, very well. So I'm going with Liv again.
Yeah, I think that crossover with you guys, Liv going, holy crap, she's really smart. Kind of was very cool today.
I think I'm going with Liv again because, Moria is expecting Mercury to dive after him, and that's exactly what she does. So, yeah.
And that
Okay.
sets me back to one then.
Nice. So take an XP. Reset yourself back to 1. Moriai, let's hear from you quickly as well. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, again, all the arguments have been made for the day, and I did like the way Moriai was backing the play and working with Liv, but I do think the connection and the new pet and things was probably a Mercury Moriai slice of life moment that I liked.
That was very sweet. That puts me up to 4 as well. So back to 1.
So you'll roll over back to 1 and take an experience.
I think that me leveling again. It was a lot of
Some of you
weird
dropped
rolling.
a lot of XP today.
It's 2 levels in one session.
That's wild. Sometimes it'd be like that. All right. Well, we are running short on time. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us and for helping us out today and everything. Man, keep those surges coming. I love doing them. Thanks for keeping me on my toes. This time, this is what you got. Next time, it'll probably also be something really weird. But yeah, thanks for watching. You can, let's see, I'm gonna tell everybody where we can find us very quickly, and then Lydia, I'll let you take us out and plug EncounterCon and stuff again. You know me, I'm Savvy at Savvy Seaworth on Twitter. When I'm not here, you can find me basically every day at twitch.tv/game nights, game with 2 G's, and nights with a K, where I'll be playing. You can come hang out with me tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and GB will be there, and a couple of other friends and a special guest for Neon Souls. We're playing The Sprawl, so more fun powered by the Apocalypse nonsense, and a lot of other stuff throughout the week as well. And when I'm not there, on Mondays, I'm on twitch.tv/CobaltPress with Lydia in the game that she runs. Lessons in Deep Magic. It's great, but that's me. Let's start with Rob. Go down the line. Where can we find you?
Alrighty. You can find me when I'm not doing roleplay stuff. You can find me at twitch.tv/bonus_stage_Rob, where it's really just a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn right now. I love me some machines and whatnot. A lot of plot heavy stuff too, so I'm like very, very deeply invested in it right now. So it's a good time. I think out loud a lot, so if you want to hear me ponder about the game, there it is. And then I'm on game nights with Savvy and GB on Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern for our Monster of the Week game, Slaying 101. And on Thursdays, I am at twitch.tv/runawayrobot_ for a Humblewood 5e game at 7 p.m. Eastern. Super fun. Both of those games are awesome. This game is awesome. Y'all are awesome. That's me.
Thanks, Rob. Let's hear from GB, and then I'll let Lydia read us out.
All right, Graybeard's Tavern. Check out my Twitter. It has my whole schedule on there. The only thing I think that hasn't really been mentioned is my own channel, Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. We're playing Deep Sky Derelicts, and I get to play with all my toys, and you guys get to see me be a goof. And hopefully we'll see you there someday. And yeah, thanks for watching.
And thank you everyone watching on Twitch and of course on YouTube as well for being with us today and for commenting. It really helps a lot. It gives us a little bit of every time we see a comment there. And we do have a new little additional thing in addition to our clips of the week, which I've seen a couple of clips in chat. If you want to clip anything, please do so at any time. Put it in our Discord, and the best clip of the week is getting an honorable mention in a tweet. And we also have comment of the week now on YouTube. So let us know what sort of pet you would love to see in a game like this, what sort of weird surge bullshit you would like to see, or just anything that strikes you as odd or crazy or cool, and we'll have a look at it all, promise, and we'll heart you lots. I'm Half-Hour's Tarmit, Lydia. I am here mostly on Encounter roleplay, behind the scenes, on the scenes, all over the scenes. I live here now, and I'll be very busy this weekend. so busy, and I'm so looking forward to it as well with Encounter Con. We have a whole weekend of just games, and the weirdest games, the funniest games, all the games, all of them, one by one, starting tomorrow with a very special announcement by our dearest present Charlie at 1 p.m. Followed by Stille Nacht, which is a very, very heavy murder mystery sort of situation. It is. Hold on, I'm gonna. Yeah. Heaven murder mystery situation. We have a fake grinder afterwards, which I'm GMing in. It is it is Queen Titania and King Oberon killing a bunch of mortals, having a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. It's going to be great. Followed by Kids on Brooms, which is GM'd by Penny Forward Tale and has turned into Letterkenny somehow. I'm not entirely sure, but it's going to be Letterkenny in a magic school or something. I'm terrified, let me tell you. And then on Sunday, I'll be in a Call of Cthulhu game, GM'd by Anna Namiria 941, who is the best wood nymph out there. And we have the Terra RPG with Jonathan Fry, followed by Zweihänder by Colin Kelly. So we have a lot of fun. You will too if you tune in. And if you want to join us for our Discord, where you can find all the information, the link is in chat right now. And that's where we usually just hang out, chat, have some voice chats on, some games. We also have non-streamed games for EncounterCon, so there's a little bit of everything, and we try and organize these events every now and then so everyone gets to have fun, and the community is super supportive of it. Everyone helps out. So be a part of it if you want to. Thanks to our sponsors one more time for helping us create this community too, and I hope we see all of you next week for Diesel Punks, for finding out what's going to happen at the Pinnacle, for having our profit back, Sedona, and of course don't go anywhere now, because we are going to play Urban Shadows. We're going to play Eclipse, and you will see the trailer for it just now. If that strikes you as interesting, well, you know to stay tuned. Thank you, everyone, and see you soon.